Alright, so it is January 5th. It's the last weekend I'm going to get to go out hunting for the year. Coming in here, we almost didn't even make it to the spot because we had...
Smoked a slickhead.
Yeah, we almost just pile drived a slickhead with Hunter's truck here. And she just was going and I just kept yelling, deer, 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 deer.
I think one of her friends was egging her on behind her.
Yeah.
Do it!
She's probably saying truth or dare, and she took the dare. And she almost got smoked. But where that lays out, that kind of goes right over the hill to where we're essentially going to be sitting. We got like a 1.5 mile walk in here. So we got to get moving, try to see what movement we have early on in the sit here. I was here last weekend, and it looks really good. I gotta think that there's deer in here, but I just only saw a bunch of does. So hopefully we get in there, see some early movement, and then if we don't see bucks moving by like 9 or so here in a couple hours, Hunter's gonna get up and we're gonna start doing some wind bumping and see if we can get some deer back on their feet. So gonna try a new tactic and see how it all plays out. I don't know if it's best to go just right there at those set of trees since it's so loud, or if we try to keep going. What do you think?
I think it's ready to be turkey season.
Yeah.
A lot of them. I haven't seen any bucks yet. There's a lot of deer moving back in there, though. Do we drop down? Oh yeah, they're not that far, are they? Well. A lot of times a big group of deer will have like a buck with it. Just trying to stand until I can see what else is in there. Great. Okay, she might keep going. There's got to be a buck in there. Oh yeah, did you hear that? Oh my God. No, there's still a few over to the right, so they're kind of looking over here, but they don't know what's going on. Man, I've probably seen 15 different does, not a single buck. But I heard of one. I just can't believe I haven't gotten to just scream big buck.
Well, So, to my right, about 50 yards, is kind of where our final destination was going to be. We got working in here and it's really loud, but we boogied in from the parking lot. And we kind of moved quick. That way we could get in here early enough, because we knew that there'd be deer in here. And then it just got slower once we were trying to stay quieter, because the ground has been thawing and refreezing at night, so it's just ridiculously loud. But we've been able to sneak in here, and we're, like I said, we're like 50 yards from where we wanted to set up, and we heard some deer walking, so we kind of stood here to see what was going on, and then that's when Hunter spotted deer. But then we had a doe work downwind of us, and currently we're putting the scent in scent free. And she kind of soft spooked, and then they all kind of got nervous, and now they've been blowing and working on. I thought for sure we were going to see a buck, because right as Hunter said he saw those deer, we heard a grunt. So we were all like, let's get on, this is going to happen. But there's at least 20 deer.
Yeah, I mean, when you have that many deer in there, usually there's at least one buck.
Yeah.
At least just pasturing up.
And
I bet there were 30 or 40 deer.
There's a lot. I think if there was a buck, he was just where we couldn't see him. I think that there was a buck in there.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't get to see all of them, but we saw most of them, I bet.
The good news is they have nowhere else to go, so
yeah, I mean,
once they settle down, we can do a push. It's going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be chaos.
Alright, so it's about 9 o'clock. We just decided that we're going to start this bump, the wind bump, just because it's a kind of a big piece here. So I'm set up here, going to be trying to self-film all the fast action and see if I can get a shot, but I'd rather shoot than try to get filmed, so
It's last weekend.
it's the very last weekend, so we're kind of going all out here. So Hunter's gonna go up, and he's just gonna kind of scout his way around and try to see if it just pushes, hopefully soft pushes something over here.
I think, like, even if it's not really a wind bump, I just don't want these deer to be going Mach 10 through here, so that's the idea. But this spot sets up really well for it, because it's all a big bowl and has an open bottom down here, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It's still pretty early. You could still catch some natural movement out in front of him here, so I'm just gonna work slow on this first part here. Give it a whirl. Never tried this before, really.
Yeah, not once in our life.
Good luck, dude.
Shoot straight.
I'll try. I can see a deer bedded right there. It's a doe. I assume there's more. When it gets up, it's gonna be a pretty hard spook. I mean, surprised to let me get this close. Like, with a gun, I could shoot it right now and it's bad. Well, we'll see if it goes by turn. Didn't even spook very hard. Well, I found the first shed of the day. I had a feeling I was gonna find some. This is just an old guy. Pretty chewed up. Some old rubs right there. I think, I like finding old sheds, because it's like, you know, no one's been in here hunting because people would have picked it up, so it's a cool find. And I'm already seeing deer, so I'm just starting.
What the hell's wrong with that deer? What's up?
Did you see any of the deer?
I saw one doe that was like struggling.
Struggling?
Yeah,
Like she had been shot or something?
I think so. Was there a bunch?
Yeah, I kicked up probably 10 in that bedding unit.
Oh, really?
Like,
I guess I
maybe-
was too far this way.
could you have shot the doe?
Yeah.
Okay, at least you saw one. I think like most of them are just sticking in the timber, so I think we might have to adjust and like just send you to the very end. Cause I don't think they're gonna cross this marsh if they don't have to.
Oh, really?
So I think we might just do one big push and get you all the way to the end. We'll look at maps. That might have. I walked like right up on one. I could have shot it in its bed if I had a gun.
Really?
So maybe it was that
You
doe.
can't even hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like a lot of those deer you probably could have gotten a shot at, especially if you were just like going slow. I started picking up the pace because I couldn't get them to move how I wanted them to. They just were.
Oh, they went that way.
Yeah, just following this timber. So I think we gotta make a different game plan. I kicked up a pretty nice buck. I didn't get a good look at him, but he was, I think, a shooter. He was bedded right here. I'm gonna mark this spot on Onyx just because now we kind of know that it's a buck. I mean, at least at one point there's a big buck bedded here. So I'm gonna mark it. But he ran towards where I told Trevor to go set up. So, and he's probably a good ways away still. So I should be, if he keeps going, he should be at a nice slow walking pace by then. And hopefully we'll get a shot at him. Hopefully he goes up to him. But I kind of pushed this whole ridge on the bottom. I'm gonna backtrack, go up to the top, push it on the top. I was trying to keep circling around them, and I kept finding that they just run from whatever direction you're coming from. So if I kept doing that, I mean, we'd get deer moving like this, and then he'd move this way. So I'm just kind of pushing this way, then backtracking along my track, then moving, and then making another route. It'd be a lot easier with more guys, but I still think this is a little bit more controlled.
You'll never guess what just happened.
Trevor just shot. Holy cow. No question that was Trevor. Hopefully he got him. Man, hopefully he got him. Hopefully this freaking worked. I'm taking this drive and I'm just like, I just spooked a big buck. He's working perfect. I'm digging and dodging. And like, I'm just getting more and more confident as I get closer, and then bang! I feel bad because I think I just walked up on Trevor's deer before he did, but I don't know how big it is yet. I thought he was farther down and he whistled me down. What is he?
Huh?
What is he? Hey, congrats, man, you got one. It worked.
I haven't said anything to the camera yet.
This is a nice buck, man. Come on.
Here, use this.
Hey, there are 2 or 3 here.
Well, here he is, everybody. Got them all into a better spot here. Take a look at him. It was a pretty good hunt, I'd say.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was a
really
lot of
fun.
fun. It was a lot different than what we're used to. And it's a lot of fun going out and hunting with Hunter again and
Yeah, it's been
Just-
a while.
getting out. It's been a long time. It's
I
been,
destroyed my boots today.
Did you? Holy smokes.
Wow.
Yeah, that is bad. It's been a while since we've hunted together, though.
Sure has. I don't think we've hunted. I mean, I don't actually like sitting together. I don't think we've sat together this year yet.
No, not
Just
once.
Just kind of trying to do
Just
get,
both been
maximize
out.
our opportunities.
Yeah,
so
both been out hunting hard, and
it's been a good year for both of us.
yeah, it has. And you know, I think it speaks volumes on what we've been able to do with coming to a brand new area
Mhm.
in the last year. You know, I
Mhm.
didn't really hunt public land that hard during the rut, just because I don't know. I just wanted to hunt the farm and
We were just busy. Oh, this year, yeah.
yeah, this year, and I had to work and stuff. But I didn't really hunt the public land very hard during like the hardcore rut, and then I was already
And then
tagged
you-
out.
Yeah.
So then I haven't been able to hunt for a while. So then late season comes around, and the whole past week or so that I had off of work and the weekends since late season's opened up, I've been out hunting public land exclusively.
Mhm.
And my main goal with this was to get out and try to see if I could learn a lot more about these areas and just get a general understanding of what's going on, where I want to potentially hunt for next fall, during the rut, during bow season.
It's a lot less intimidating going into a brand new public land area when you have a gun in your hand as compared to like bow season when you can shoot
Right.
20, 30 yards most scenarios and you have to hunt on the ground. And so I think like it's late season is the perfect opportunity to do this, being as we are in a new area. I just moved into southern Iowa to hunt it this fall, so I'd say at least 50% of my hunts at least were first time in hunts. A lot of times I had never even driven by the area,
Yeah.
let alone step foot on it, and then to go in, pick your spot basically entirely
Off a map.
on the onX maps, and I mean, we've had pretty good success doing it. I think it's been a big learning season, and I think staying down here for the next several years, it's like
It's gonna get better and better.
gonna get better and better. We're gonna have a lot more experience, and excited to see what we can do.
And this is only the second day that we've actually hunted this particular piece of public here. I went in, what was it, last Saturday, I think? And the
Mhm.
night before, I kind of exhausted all the other public land areas that I wanted to try. And I ended up seeing a really good buck in one of them and just wasn't able to seal the deal.
Camera fell over trying
my-
to self-film and
Yep.
spooked him.
My camera fell over and my gun was stuck on my back because I was still walking in.
Mm.
So
That
I
was
wasn't
a big
able.
one, you said, too.
Yeah, he was really big, and a coyote was pushing him around, so I wasn't able to do anything about it. And so this is the second day, and I came in here kind of on a whim because I saw it on the maps. It looked really good, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna go in blind. So last Saturday, I came in, and just kind of walked our way in the dark and tried to learn the area, and went to a point on the map and saw a couple deer and a lot of sign. So I said, I want to go back for the afternoon. So we went back, saw even more does, and then last night Hunter and I were looking and trying to decide where to go, and then this place popped up again. And I'm glad we went in here, not only because we shot something, but because we saw a pile of deer.
It was like crazy. I bet we saw 50 deer. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Like,
And
at
we
least
haven't
I
even-
did like pushing and stuff too. And like the reason we decided to come back here is because we knew that it would be good for like natural movement in the morning, and then we knew that it sets up just really good for these mini drives, and that's kind of what our ultimate deciding factor was. We thought about going back to the place I killed my buck, but it just couldn't force any movement. It's like it's hot. Like I
getting
mean, I
up
wish
to
I had a
50
T-shirt on right
yeah.
now because it's gonna be hot on the
It's
drag
gonna
out.
be nasty.
And like these deer aren't gonna. I mean, the big bucks I bet are bedded. Like honestly, like probably before daylight. I know they'll move around in their bedding areas, but like first time in a spot, what do you expect to be like literally right on top of them to get them? So we
Right.
wanted to find a place that we could potentially push a little bit, and this place sets up really good for it with these open bottoms here, and sets up good for this type of hunting. So.
Yeah. So yeah, overall it was pretty successful. That's like the first time we've ever tried that kind of tactic
Mhm.
before, and
I
especially
honestly can't believe it worked. Like,
yeah.
like they could have gone, like
they could have gone anywhere.
like we're in a pinch, but like they could have just as easily crossed this marsh.
They
Like,
probably did. Deer probably piled out of there.
honestly, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think like ideally you do these small pushes in like short batches, like just take each ridge by ridge and just keep moving up the poster if you only have like 2 guys. But then they're going to be running a lot faster. So it's hard to say, but like I mean, I guess ultimately it worked out, but
right.
definitely a lot to learn. I learned a lot. It's hard to like kind of predict where these deer are going to move, and it's hard to get them to move how you want them to. I never realized how
Yeah.
much
It's a lot
strategy went
harder.
into that, especially with one guy.
Yeah. 2 guys posted up like that is kind of hard because there's probably a whole bunch of deer that piled out back there because there's a
Yeah, I
lot of
didn't
really
realize
good
it got.
trails.
I didn't realize it got this thick down in here. I'm sure we had some escape out behind you.
Yeah.
I thought it was that open bottom down there still.
Right. And I mean, that's all part of the entire learning experience. And I was in the right place at the right time. I saw this deer just coming down the hill, saw antlers coming, and didn't really even have much time to think of anything else. But if I'm going to shoot him, I need to shoot him.
Yep.
So that's what happened, and pretty cool. We got a long ways to go to get this guy out of here, though. So
You said what? Like actually like 2 miles?
it's going to be close.
That's stupid.
It's gonna be ridiculous. So, yeah, it's gonna be a really warm walk. I don't know. Maybe I'll just.
Good thing the day is young.
Yeah, good thing I didn't shoot him at night.
Yeah.
Pretty good day. Saw a pile of deer. Can't get over how many deer we saw today, and it kind of just shows you that you just need to go out and
Enjoy
get out
the
and
public
hunt.
lands.
Yeah.
I mean, last day of season, perfect time to do some last effort stuff like this, and it worked out
Yeah.
pretty fine.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty excited.
2019 started off pretty good here.
Yeah,
So-
it's crazy. Shot the first buck of 2019.
So yeah, it's pretty cool to be
Yeah.
able to put the first deer down with the muzzleloader too. I've never
Mhm.
even shot
Like,
at anything.
the fact that he was down in like seconds is pretty cool too, just because like we shied away from drives mainly for the fact that we don't want to shoot at running deer.
Yeah.
And like big pushes where like deer guys are shooting at everything, and like we don't really like that. I mean, it's a good way. It's a tradition, and I understand why people do it, and like, but I don't promote that type of hunting. Well, I don't.
Like big.
I don't know how I want to say that because I don't want to condemn any type of hunting, but we won't do that type of hunting because we don't want to.
You're saying like big pushes and
like
stuff.
hollering, getting deer up, running 100 miles an hour,
and just
like,
shooting.
and just shooting, wounding a bunch of deer. We don't want to do that, and we don't condemn people that do that because it's a tradition and it's a good
Yeah.
way to get meat in the freezer. It's fine, but we don't want to participate in that type of hunting ourselves. So we like to do a little bit more controlled stuff, and I'm glad that he came in and you're able to even stop him.
I stopped him.
And
Yep.
just
Because
smoked him.
I don't want to shoot a deer on the run, so I
And
made
so, like,
sure I was gonna
The
stop
fact
him.
that you made a great shot on was just pretty cool to me. I think
Yeah.
he's down in seconds.
So that's gonna wrap it up. Well, maybe we'll try to get some footage of us dragging this big
Big beast.
beast out of here. But yeah, if you guys haven't already done so, like, make sure you start using public lands and get out and go hunting. It's not about how big the deer is. It's about like getting out in the woods and enjoying everything that is out there to offer. And you know, there's no better memories made than like hunting. You know, because a lot of people are.
Lessons learned.
I always feel bad
About
for
life.
people who don't hunt, to be honest, because they don't experience all these,
Ups
you know,
and downs.
the ups and downs
lessons.
like you talked about, and like all the things that you learn while being out here, and the persistence and the patience and the, you know, I think that we can't let that get lost. So we don't care about how big every deer is. You know, Hunter went out and he shot a giant on public land a couple
But,
weeks
like,
ago.
Our whole strategy was get away from where a lot of those big pushes would happen, because big drivers aren't gonna haul 30 deer out of this part of the woods. Like, you can't. Like, it's impossible.
We don't even want to haul one out.
We
at this
would hardly
point.
want to haul one out. So like, our
gonna be a
whole
long
strategy
day.
was get way back in here and get away from those areas, and like this could have just as easily been another giant.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know if it was the one I saw, but like, I marked it on the map where the one was bedded, and like it made sense for him to bed there off the point.
Right.
And, like, I know that the big buck's gonna be using that at some point next season or
Yeah.
later this year. So
Gun, bow, spear, whatever you use, if it's legal in your state, whatever you use that's legal,
get out
just
there and hunt.
get out there and hunt.
and enjoy the
and-
public lands.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shooting around here. And I don't know why.
Yeah, there is a lot of shooting around here. So let's just haul this beast out of here.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate the meat that you're gonna provide and the stories that we've now told.
The chariot has arrived.
The chariot.
So I've hauled this thing, how far? Half a mile?
Half a mile.
Half a mile so far.
That's how long it took me just to get back and forth without dragging the deer.
Yeah. So
So-
this is gonna suck, guys. This is going to suck.
And my leg just cramped, and
We don't have-
almost out of water.
This is gonna take a while, we already discussed, when we get back, we're not doing a single thing the rest of the day. We'll stretch out, man. I didn't know, when I was counting this deer out, I didn't know if either I was like slowly dying in my own death with all these crows flying above my head. Either the deer's getting heavier or I'm getting weaker. Here, let me help. Well, we just got back to the truck on one of our longest drag outs of history. It was awful.
We're tough.
Not at all. That was awful. But he's here.
Later.
Bye-bye.